Hello. So it's a pretty social weekend. We have Moon in Libra, we have Mars in Libra. The Sun is still on the cusp of Libra. It's entered Scorpio, like we talked about last time. But we also have Venus and Mercury conjunct in Scorpio. It's more likely that the sociability we're experiencing during this time is with a loved one, especially a romantically involved loved one. But it could also be somebody who's just really close to you and you feel very comfortable with. That's one of the main themes of this weekend. And to work together on some kind of joint project too. That's a huge theme as well. To be able to make great progress doing something together where you both balance each other out, you both are able to add something to the process, and also uh, you're able to commune in a kind of a very deep way, and to be able to share a lot of thoughts and feelings. That's one of the best potentials for this time. So even if you're feeling a little, I mean, of course, it's different for every single person. Some people are going to be a little bit more to themselves this weekend because of all the Scorpio energy. But even if you're spending time completely by yourself, it's a good time to reach out to your loved ones, maybe that you haven't talked to in a while, and it's the potential to have a really good conversation is there. Something that's really funny. It's something I've been noticing this last day with this combination of Mars and Libra and Venus and Scorpio, and I think this is going to be accentuated even more so this weekend. Is people being impatient and people projecting. I've had some really hilarious experiences just being out in the outside world and witnessing some people's behavior being so extreme, so ridiculously over the top and agitated. And I empathize with them, but it's also like, what the fuck are you doing? That is not that important. But that's the thing about this Venus and Scorpio and Mars and Libra energy is they, the challenging part. Again, there's so much good to it, and we covered a lot of the good already. And there's so much good to those energies in general. So if you're interested, of course, I have YouTube videos about that stuff, but that's more if you have those energies natally. But in any case, we could still learn from those videos about what's going on during this time, since we're all experiencing this transiting energy together, and kind of like adopting it in a sense, just like with all the transiting energies. But in any case, so it's this combination of energies is a bit challenging. Both Mars and Libra and Venus and Scorpio are known to be difficult energies. Again, there's beautiful gifts to them that no other energy has, but they're difficult in the sense of when it comes to anger, it's a lot better to just express it. Um, and to also have priorities with it, to be able to understand, okay, this is what I'm really angry about, this, not that, not that. A lot of people are angry about this, but they don't quite know, they don't quite have the tools, maybe they're not quite consciously aware, oh wow, this particular situation is really angering me, and this goes really deep to my core, all that Scorpio energy. I need to understand the situation, I need to dwell on it, I need to reflect on it. But with that Mars and Libra, it's like, oh, that's potentially, again, potentially, and it's good being aware of this to understand that we need to focus on the core issue. Just get to the core issue and face it. It might be uncomfortable, it might be difficult, it might be tense or awkward, but we need to face it, both in ourselves and also more likely with these energies in relation to other people. Oh, I was treated this way in childhood, and this is why this is a trigger for me now. Great, beautiful. Instead of, oh, this person is so bad. I mean, maybe you are getting frustrated, maybe this, because with these energies, it is a time of, it can be difficult to work with other people. Again, with awareness and practice, we can just kind of melt through all this and swim through it, and it's all good. But it is a bit challenging, but oh, what was I saying? Give me a moment. Right, but if we're understanding that this particular situation that we're facing that's frustrating isn't the end all be all, it's not really the core of why we're really angry or upset or whatever, then we can react in proportion to the situation. That's a key theme. And to be able to go inwards and say, okay, this has been a good opportunity for me to understand why I was so triggered, and I'm glad that I didn't lash out at that person and make even more conflict that's completely unnecessary. I'm going within and I'm understanding what's going on. Beautiful. That's such an excellent way to use all of the energies that are out there right now. So if you're getting irritated, if you're getting frustrated, breathe. Remind yourself that anger can be useful, but it needs to be in proportion to the situation. And let people do them. There's no need to focus too much on their stuff. And some one last thing with transiting Uranus and Taurus opposite Sun and Scorpio, like we talked about last time, this is an incredible opportunity for transformation and to be able to set goals inwardly and to reach them. Okay, I want to get over these fears. I want to move past and I'll move through these challenges emotionally, these habits, maybe doubts. Fear is a big one for sure. And I want to get stronger. I want to empower myself, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, especially. The key is to be able to face whatever needs to be let go of and what's no longer serving you, whether it's a routine, a mindset, maybe a relationship even, whatever it is, internally or externally. And it's gonna mainly come internally, but there's a relationship, of course, always with the internal and the external. And so externally, again, you might have certain reminders like, oh, this person's very frustrating me, or this person, whatever it might be. What can I do to change that? That's the key thing about these energies is focusing and facing our self-agency, which we have, of course, at all times. That's part of being human. But recognizing consciously, okay, I can control this. If I want to reach this height, I can do so. What do I need to do? What do I need to let go of, and what do I need to accomplish in order to do so? That's a big theme. So as always, there's more, but there's always going to be more transit videos. So as always, I'm doing readings too. I'm pretty booked for this next week. I do have a couple openings, but as always, my schedule is open for later on down the line. I think the week after that, I'm actually pretty open, and yeah. So and I offer all kinds of written readings and recorded audio or video readings as well. So if you're interested, if you have no idea what a reading is, for at least from me, it's a conversation, an opportunity to talk candidly and openly with somebody who is a master of astrology and can help with, no, this is what seems to be going on internally because of this natal energy, and transiting wise, that makes sense that this is being activated because of that particular transit. And oh, in the relationship, you have this energy, they have this energy. There's a lot of gifts, a lot of beautiful things about that, but there's also some challenge, and here's what's going on. So that's where I'm coming from, and I always have a positive mindset, even if a challenge is there. I always look to how to solve it. I know there's always a solution, and how to use that challenge to actually propel yourself forward even more so. So that's basically in a nutshell what I do, and I offer all kinds of readings. So if you're interested, check out the info in the about section of this YouTube video, or if you're watching on Instagram, in my bio section, I have a link to my website. Infinite love to you. Namaste. Peace. Have a good weekend.